are you this morning? Last week we spoke about changing your limited beliefs. The week before that we spoke about raising your standards. This week we are going to talk about having a balanced life, right? What are the steps, what are the things we need to take into consideration to have a balanced life? I came up with 5 different things that I thought were quite important. 5 different things that if you look at those areas of your life and really just have a quick analysis of them. I say quick because this is just for this week, right? We're talking about what you need to be doing this week to really check yourself. Now, these core 5 things that I have come up with are areas that I think if you master these areas within your life, you will be a happy person, right? But trying to get the balance within all these areas, or not even trying to get the balance, just acknowledging them in the first place, understanding what those areas are, and then getting the balance within them. The first one is managing your emotions. This is about emotional intelligence, understanding where you are with that and being able to manage that. Now, with emotions, sometimes we tend to only act based on how we feel, and how we feel is significantly riding our lives. So you have different types of people. You have people who are willing to move despite how they feel, and some people who will only move depending on how they feel. And there's 2 different motivation type of movements there. One is gotta get it done no matter what, and the other one is I'll get it done depending on how I feel. And this is the kind of stuff that you want to be looking at and you want to be managing on a day-to-day basis, managing those emotions, managing those thoughts, those things that bring an emotion, managing your standards, so that way you can have a better outcome in life. Why do I say a better outcome in life? Because how you feel will impact how you interact with people, and it will impact, we live with people. You can't really escape them. We are surrounded by people, and it even says in the Bible you need to treat your neighbor like how you would treat yourself, okay? Or love your neighbor, right? So it's important that when you're having your emotions and you're managing your emotions will impact the way how you interact with people. That means really you want to start looking at that. There are people like narcissists who are and they're just so negative, and they just look at they project their emotions, and it's very hard to read from them. Well, unless you know what you're looking for, it can be quite hard to read from them what's really going on. I've got a whole video on that, on what is a narcissist, and I explain that much better in there. But again, it's managing your emotional state. Some people know they're down, some people know they're up, some people know they're overly happy, some people know that they allow people to take advantage of them. You need to know where you are on that emotional gap and be aware of it. The next thing is managing your physical self, okay? Your physical management. Now, why do I say that? Well, you can have all the money in the world, right? Or someone can give you everything you've ever wanted, but if you do not have the physical health to enjoy it, then what do you actually really have? And a lot of people, we're on this rat race, we're on this train of going to somewhere when we're not exactly enjoying the here and the now. For your life, your physical health is something that you need to be considering. So making the right decisions about taking supplements, making the right decisions around exercise and eating healthy, all of those have a huge impact. Did you know that 2.8 million people die a year based on obesity, from illnesses that have been caused from obesity? So it just goes to show you that this thing is real. Our health is real. People are dying all around us, and you need to make sure you're doing the best you can to be around as long as you can be for your family. So that is a priority. You have people cramming into their bodies high-fat diets, really, a lot of dairy, stuff that's actually not even really good for us, cramming it in and not necessarily looking at the impacts it will have for our bodies long term. We have to be here for our children, right? If we're going to be dying in the right order, we should be dying first, then those kids. But then unfortunately, we have children dying first because of obesity, because parents are not getting a grip of their children's appetites, and various other reasons. We know that there's illnesses and so forth, but the key thing is you being in tip-top shape this week, which means you making all the right decisions around your diet this week, okay? Don't let yourself go. Really make positive decisions around that, okay? I don't want you to only look good, but I want you to feel good. And feeling good comes from overcoming those challenges when you're faced with something that you know you're not supposed to have, and rather than you just say, oh my gosh, I could have it and this moment could just be over, you delay your gratification by saying no to now to get that long-term happiness that you want, okay? And that is what exercise and diet is all about, long-term gratitude. And then this week, I really want you to be considering your mastering of relationships, right? How can you master all the relationships around you? So, your emotional well-being is important, yes. Your physical health is everything, yes. But what about the relationships around you? There's meaningful people who make life worth living. You want to be able to nurture those. Yes, this week you have different types of relationships like colleagues, friends, acquaintances, exes, which if they're an ex, they should be way out of your life. Business relationship, romantic relationships, all of that. Knowing how to appreciate these people can make life so much more better for them and for you. So not taking people for granted, but really appreciating the efforts that they put into your relationship and giving it to them when it's due. I mean, like the appreciation, give them the appreciation when it's due. And even being able to connect with someone who is important, or maybe someone who you don't know, but you've managed to connect with them on such a deep level and even helped them. And then you start feeling this feeling that we all want to feel, is that feeling of contribution, that you matter and that you're important. So when you're going about your professional life, your working life, your family life, always try and find and build relationships with people who are worth being in your life. You may see someone and feel like, they would make a really good impression on me. Just go and befriend them, because the quality of our relationships also do change our standards. So, and then I want you to look at how you can master your finances. So the UK pension age is 66 for both men and women. Okay, so you're going to be working until you're 66 years old before you can retire. Right? Now, what does that say to you? That says to you, I can retire early if I actually put a plan in place and start working it from now. Or maybe you don't want to retire early. Maybe you love your job. Some people get to 66 and decide to stay in work because they found a career they love so much. But mastering your finances, looking at them, understand what's coming in and what's going out. I've got a video on money management, which you can see here, and that will tell you all about how you can analyze your money and set you up to win, set you up to have more money at the end of the month. So whilst you're young, whilst you're vibrant, no matter what age you are, get active and start taking control of your finances and put yourself in the driving seat. But before you do that, you need to analyze what your finances are. Look at them, manage them, right? Become friends with them. Don't see it as a thing that's away from you. Oh gosh, I can't think about that. No, look at it. Let me see how I can understand you better, money. And then write it down. Write down what number it is you need to replace. So it might be £2,000 a month. It might be £3,000 a month. If that's what you're trying to replace, write down that number, okay? And it will help you start thinking along the lines of, okay, well, what do I need to do? What kind of investment could I utilize? If I was to do property, how many properties would I need in order to get that 3K a month for me not to have to do anything? This is the kind of thinking that you've got to have. But first of all, identify what it is that you want to master financially. And then the last one is mastering your time. So it's the beginning of the week, Monday morning, you are getting ready to just propel into greatness, right? I'm trying to catch you right here while you're here, because you're about to propel into greatness. And I'm trying to catch you and let you know that, remember, you gotta master your time. Get your time management up and good and ready to go. But not just time management, the way you manage yourself in general, okay? So I could mean time in terms of your day-to-day work. You sit at the desk, you want to make sure that you're being efficient, so you're doing whatever task that you need to do within the time period you've allocated. Well done. But then I'm talking about your life. Where are you spending your time in general? Not just within the work and office, but outside of work. Is it in front of the TV? Is it with your kids doing homework? Or is it you shuffling cards? Going, me not know I'll say what, but anything. Gotta be good at time management. Mastering that bad boy. Looking at it and saying, right, you know what? This is what I want to achieve. In fact, I've done a video about how I source during the week, and that video is quite good. And it's just, all it is about time management. And someone posted a question on there before, would I be able to work 9 till 5 and source property? Absolutely you can do that. Absolutely you can do that, because you just got to be able to manage your time. You have pre-work hours, you have during the work hours, and you have post-work hours. As well as that, you have weekends, evenings. Just don't get me started, right? You can also have sleepless times, right? But if there's a goal big enough, you will do it, okay? I don't move mountains I did move mountains actually. I moved from London to South Wales to be able to be where I wanted to be, right? And that's in nature. Nature. The sea's down the road. Sun. Why should I wait? So why should you wait? So the key thing is looking at how you're spending your time also. That will give you an idea of how and why you're getting the outcomes you're getting. But time management is all about making decisions, being decisive, okay? So if you set a time or allocate a time for you to do something, you have to stick to that. You've got to stick to that, and you've got to make the decision to stick to it and then do it. You have to decide before you act and then act, okay? I mean, some people might even not act. They decide, they're almost act and they don't act. But this, not you. This week, you're gonna decide, you're gonna act, and you're gonna do exactly what you set out to do. I want you to manage your need for instantaneous gratification, okay? Work on that. And don't just make decisions based on how you feel, but I really want you to harness the time you have. Make it meaningful, make it pleasant, make it full of everything that you want to do, and make it so that at the end of the day, you say, I had a good day. I had a good day today, honey. Baby, I had a good day today, baby. Yeah? That's how you're going to end your day today. That's how you're going to end your week this week. It's because you're going to say you've had a good day because you're going to do everything that makes you have a good day. And when something bad that happens comes in, you're just going to push that away. You're just going to slide it to the side. See you next week where we're going to talk about indecisiveness, being indecisive and how to make decisions quickly. I'll see you next week. Bye.